Good afternoon, traders. It is Thursday, August 6th, 2015, and the U.S. stock market is closed. Well, there was no surprises today. I expected the bloodbath that started yesterday would end today worse than where we were yesterday, and that's exactly what happened. We had negative 18,000 in open trade yesterday on the close, and by the time we got out that was negative 24,000. So that's about yeah, it happened. A $24,000 closed out loss. I'm not really quite as depressed about this today as I was yesterday for a couple of reasons. However, one is simply it's over with. And so I'm glad it's over with. We also have over $4,000 in open trade equity going into tomorrow. And we got an outlier trade today, and we got the Dow down 120 points. So that's really good. You know, you can see here that the Dow just fell out of bed. I'm very happy to see the Dow fall out of bed, but I don't like to see it fall out of bed when we're holding 16 positions. That made things very rough for us. But regardless, we do got it down here. I again will say that I'm looking to the bottom on this being around 17,000. But regardless, what's happening now is we do have some individual stocks that are pretty depressed in price, and with that situation there's always the possibility something's going to cut loose and move to the top side, and we can make money in that kind of situation. And we saw a couple stocks do that today, and I'm going to show you those. So I am feeling better about these markets today, in spite of the fact that we really suffered a pretty horrible loss. Let me show you some of the charts. I have a few I want to show you. I want to tell you that this is kind of, you know, maybe I'm sounding like an apologist on a day that the system loses $24,000, but I want to show you some things that still make this a viable system. And let me just show you some charts. This is GW Pharmaceuticals. We actually made a couple $100 in this. I think $400 or something like this. We had bought this yesterday. We got out of this thing, you know, on our regular exit about 45 minutes into the day, and as I say, we're out with about $400 their profit. Look what happens to this thing. I mean, it just falls out of bed. And if we held on to this, we'd be down like $8,000 on GW Pharmaceuticals. Instead, we're out with a small profit. Now, the point I'm making is we're short-term stock traders. We don't hold on to things. And there's safety in being a short-term stock trader. We can look at this thing and say, hey, $24,000, that's horrible. But it wouldn't, believe me, it's not a third as horrible if we held on to everything we had today until the close. Believe me. And I can show you this pattern in a couple more things here too. I'll just show you a couple more of these. But virtually all of them were the same. This is Solar City. You know, we re-entered this yesterday, and then we just got slammed here right on the open, and that cost us $2,000 loss. But look what happened after we got out. Again, this would have been like an $8,000 loss if we were longer term traders and hung with it. We don't. We do not. We're short term traders. We get out of these things, and there's safety in short term trading. I'll show you one more. to emphasize the point, this is Bazoon. I hope I'm pronouncing that correct. We got that yesterday. We bought almost a high tick of the day. Pretty lousy trade, but we get out of it first thing. Cost us about $1,000, but then it just sinks all more. You know, that's probably a $4,000 loss had we hung on to it. So in spite of the fact we had some pretty bad losses today, hey, it could have been a lot worse if we weren't hit and run traders, short-term traders. We get out of these things so we still have our skin on so we can trade again, and that's very important to understand. This is a horrible day for us, but we will recover from it. It doesn't put me out of the game, believe me. Going to be around to trade again. And we had some things happen today that gave me some encouragement. This trade is somewhat of a disappointment, but it's kind of encouraging. This is 3D Systems. This thing just explodes. Look where we're buying it. So I mean, we're buying it up in the sky, it looks like. But it takes off, and it was up about $4,000 when it's up here. Unfortunately, it did not hold that. It failed. It came back and settled about where we got out of it, got into it. But still, I'm looking at it and saying, hey, at least we got some volatility. At least we're getting some movement here. There's there's some possibilities here. Now, finally, I'll show you, yeah, we did get an outlier today, and that always makes me feel good, as you know. This was in Callon Petroleum Company, and Callon Petroleum, and we've had a lot of problems with this stock. And this morning, what happened, you can see that shoots up here, and we buy it on the top of this 15-minute bar, and immediately collapses. We were down $3,000 in Callon Petroleum. I was just sick. I just thought, oh my God, the market gods are just trying to destroy me. Here we go with another horrible trade in Callon Petroleum. I mean, we got into this thing and we were down $3,000 in minutes. And then the thing starts to climb. And it actually climbed very steadily, no pullbacks at all day long. Closes near its high here, and we are up over $6,000 in Callon Petroleum. So, hey, when I see the system working with at least one stock, it kind of pulls me up. And as I say, today was really bad, but we're going to live to trade another day. This is Trader Bob signing off. I'll see you tomorrow on Friday.